Welcome to Astronomy for All, the astronomy podcast developed by Space Club as part of its Inclusive Astronomy Outreach program, delivered with Google Notebook LM. Episode 1. Halloween Special. Scary Space.
Spaceships, distant planets, boldly going where no one has gone before. That's what I always thought space exploration would be all about. The final frontier might be scarier than we thought.
It's amazing how quickly that sense of awe can turn into, well, a healthy dose of terror.
Yeah.
When you really dig into the realities of space. Planets that make Earth look like paradise, and phenomena that have even the smartest scientists baffled.
Okay, so we're diving deep into the scary side of the cosmos in this deep dive, huh?
But maybe we should start with something a little closer to home.
You mean like Earth orbit close?
Exactly. Even a short trip to space comes with a whole host of hazards that most people don't even realize.
Like bone deterioration? I remember reading something about that, but it always sounded so bizarre.
It's true, though. In space, with less gravity to work against, bones can lose density and become brittle. Imagine your skeleton becoming as fragile as a bird's. Not exactly ideal for exploring new worlds.
Yikes. That's a rough way to start a space vacation. And then there's the whole space radiation thing, right? It's kind of hard to worry about when you're picturing yourself floating in zero gravity.
It's easy to forget about, but it's a constant threat. Cosmic rays, solar flares, all that radiation can really mess you up. Increase cancer risk, damage to your central nervous system.
Yeah.
It's not pretty.
Okay, so space is trying to tell us to stay home, but what about venturing a little further out? What about those space rocks hurtling around our solar system? I'm talking asteroids, meteors, that kind of thing.
Yes, the dinosaurs' least favorite topic. It's easy to forget that we're constantly at risk of being hit by one of those things.
And it's not like it's just ancient history. Didn't that meteor explode over Russia back in 2013? The one in Chelyabinsk?
Exactly. And that wasn't even a particularly large one. It released the energy equivalent of hundreds of kilotons of TNT. Imagine if something bigger had hit.
Okay, I'm getting nervous now. And we haven't even gotten to the black holes yet. Yeah, I think we've stalled on those long enough, right? What's scarier than a giant space rock heading straight for Earth?
How about a giant space storm that's been raging for centuries?
Okay, you've got my attention. What, like a cosmic hurricane or something?
Think bigger. Much bigger. Jupiter's Great Red Spot. You've seen pictures, right?
Oh, right. That massive red spot on Jupiter, yeah. I always thought it was just like a weird atmospheric thing, not an actual storm.
Oh, it's a storm, all right. A hurricane on steroids. We're talking a vortex of swirling clouds larger than our entire planet.
Larger than Earth. Seriously. And it's been going on for centuries. How is that even possible?
Jupiter's atmosphere is a force of nature, unlike anything we experience here.
Okay, so we've got giant storms on Jupiter, potential asteroid impacts here on Earth, but I think it's time to address the elephant in the room, or should I say the black hole in the galaxy.
No time like the present to confront our cosmic fears, right?
Right. So black holes, they're real, right? It's not just a science fiction thing.
Oh, they're very real.
Yeah.
And even stranger than fiction. Imagine a region of space-time where gravity is so intense that absolutely nothing, not even light, can escape.
See, that's what gets me. Nothing, not even light. How can something be that dense?
It's the result of a star collapsing in on itself, squeezing all that mass down into an infinitely small point.
So you're saying that a single point in space can have more mass than our entire sun. My brain just can't even process that.
And it gets even weirder. At the center of most galaxies, including our own Milky Way, there's a supermassive black hole. Millions, even billions of times the mass of our sun.
Wait, so you're telling me there's a giant black hole right in our cosmic backyard?
In a manner of speaking, yes. But don't worry, we're a safe distance away. For now.
That's reassuring, I think. But it gets worse, doesn't it? There's always something worse.
Well, there are rogue black holes.
Rogue black holes. Okay, what are those?
Imagine a black hole, just wandering through space, not bound to any galaxy.
So like a cosmic vacuum cleaner just drifting through the universe, sucking up everything in its path? That's comforting.
It's definitely a cosmic force to be reckoned with. But even here on Earth, we have space-related dangers to contend with, things a bit closer to home.
Wait, what could be scarier than rogue black holes? Don't tell me giant space spiders.
Not quite. But remember all those satellites we launch into space? The ones that beam down our TV shows and connect us to the internet.
Yeah, what about them? Without them, we wouldn't have this show, right?
True enough. But those satellites have a lifespan, and when they die, they become part of a growing problem. Space junk.
Space junk. That's what, like, old satellites and rocket parts just floating around up there.
And bits of exploded rockets, fragments from collisions, even flecks of paint, all zipping around our planet at thousands of kilometers per hour.
Okay, that doesn't sound great. But it's not like a couple of pieces of space trash can really do that much damage, right?
We're not talking about a couple of pieces. We're talking about tens of thousands of objects larger than 10 centimeters in diameter and millions, if not billions, of smaller particles. All it takes is one collision at those speeds to trigger a catastrophic chain reaction. And it poses a serious threat to active satellites, space stations, and any future space missions we might plan.
That's both incredibly short-sighted and kind of ironic, isn't it? We're so eager to explore space that we're cluttering it up with our trash.
It's a classic case of unintended consequences. The good news is that scientists and engineers are working on solutions to track and even remove space debris.
Well, let's hope they figure something out soon, because with the way things are going, it sounds like our next vacation might be to a planet where it rains molten glass sideways.
You're talking about HD 189773b.
Wait, there's a planet where it rains molten glass sideways? Seriously?
It's true. This gas giant orbits incredibly close to its star, leading to some truly extreme conditions.
Like, how extreme are we talking here?
Picture this: an atmosphere full of silicates, tiny particles of glass. The intense heat causes these silicates to condense into molten glass rain, which is then whipped around by winds reaching speeds of over 8,000 kilometers per hour.
8,000 kilometers per hour? That's insane. Forget umbrellas. You'd need a titanium force field to survive that kind of weather.
It's a prime example of just how alien and inhospitable some planets can be.
Yeah, makes you think twice about complaining about the weather here on Earth, doesn't it?
It's kind of mind-blowing, isn't it? The sheer variety of planets out there. But as wild as those planets are, they're at least something we can wrap our heads around, you know? Stars, planets, atmospheres, even if they are a bit extreme. But then you get to things like dark nebulae.
Those are the giant clouds of gas and dust that are so dense light can't even get through, right? I always found those kind of creepy, like the universe is hiding something.
It's the ultimate cosmic mystery. What's lurking in those dark corners of the universe? We can't even see inside them.
It's like looking into a black box, only this box could contain, well, anything.
And if you think dark nebulae are vast and empty, supervoids take it to a whole other level.
Supervoids, those are those giant holes in the universe, right, where there are almost no galaxies.
Exactly. Imagine a region of space, billions of light years across, practically devoid of any matter.
So it's not just that we can't see what's inside them, there's almost nothing in them. That's even creepier than black holes, in a way. Black holes are terrifying, but at least there's something there. Supervoids are just nothing.
They challenge our whole understanding of the universe. Why are there these vast stretches of emptiness? What caused them? We don't have any easy answers.
It's enough to give you an existential crisis, that's for sure.
Speaking of existential crises, have we talked about supernovae yet?
The exploding stars, how could we forget those? They're like the ultimate cosmic fireworks display.
Except these fireworks can outshine entire galaxies for a brief time.
It's hard to even wrap your head around the energy involved. 1 minute, a star is just there doing its thing, and the next minute it's exploding with the force of a billion suns.
And in the process, they create the elements that make up everything around us, even us. We're literally made of star stuff.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool. So to sum it up, we've got planets with glass rain, giant cosmic voids, exploding stars. Did I miss anything?
You forgot about the weird signals. Fast radio bursts. Oumuamua, wow, signal.
Yeah.
Those are always good for a cosmic scare.
Oh, right. It's like the universe is trying to get our attention, but we can't quite figure out what it's saying.
Maybe it's a warning. But whatever the explanation, it's clear that space is a place of both incredible beauty and terrifying power.
And a whole lot of mysteries that we're only just beginning to uncover. Well, that's it for this deep dive into the scary side of space. I don't know about you, but I'm suddenly feeling a lot safer here on Earth.
Me too. But hey, at least we have something to talk about at our next dinner party.
Right.
That's it for today's episode. Thank you for listening to Astronomy for All, the astronomy podcast created by Space Club as part of its Inclusive Astronomy Outreach program. Space Club is the astronomy club of the Romanian Military Space Agency. You can get in touch with us on our Facebook page at spaceclub.astro or through our contact details published on www.spaceclub.ro.